.com.au has been the online address of Australian internet businesses since the late 1980s. Now, a new proposal could see new addresses shortened to just .au, meaning businesses will have to buy the new version of their own name. Critics say it's a $300 million tax on business, but the industry body that regulates the domain space says it's simply about choice. Here's Daniel Ziffer.
What's in a name? Quite a lot, when they're internet domain names. On top of .com.au, there's a controversial proposal to introduce a new set of domain names, ending in simply .au, essentially putting every Australian address back up for sale. And some see it as a cash grab.
So far, there appears to be the case for, hey, this will drive increased investment, increased revenue for the domain name industry in registration of domain names, but no clear benefit for actual businesses in registering new names.
Is .au for anyone? .au, Julian, is for all Australians, and all Australians will fit into a part of the .au domain.
The idea of opening up .au is being examined by an independent panel of ALDA, the industry body that regulates the Australian domain space. If you deal with the internet, you'll know you can't make everyone happy.
Sounds good, except that it's useless, it's costly, and I have no desire to have a .au.
The sale of new domain names could see businesses forced to buy a shorter version of the name they already own. Entrepreneur and former ALDA board member Josh Rowe is dismissive.
So this is a domain name tax. It's worth about $300 million to businesses. That's not insubstantial. And it's just a massive impost.
But ALDA's boss rejects the suggestion he's forcing costs onto business.
Well, I completely reject this notion that it's a tax, and this is a choice issue. There is no capacity whatsoever for any existing domain holder to lose their existing domain.
There are further fears that opening a parallel system without guarantees that .com.au owners will get first crack at the new, shorter .au will allow unscrupulous operators to nab popular names and confuse the public. The REA Group, which run realestate.com.au, slammed the proposal, saying it will result in bad faith registrations and widespread confusion. Carsales.com.au went further, noting that most visitors find websites through search engines, so a shorter or more appealing name will have limited improvement. Concluding the idea adds no value to the domain owner or the domain visitor.
Protecting the value of existing domains is an issue. In the UK, they got around it by giving the new addresses away for free for the first 2 years, while New Zealand and other jurisdictions where they've taken on the shorter address have had to deal with thousands of conflicts.
ALDA says it's considering whether the change would spur investment and innovation in the Australian internet community.
We're not just no longer competing with what we call generic domains, such as the .coms, or the .orgs, or the .nets. We're competing with all of those social media platforms, the Facebooks, the Instagram. We're competing with Amazon Web Services.
Entrepreneurs expect internet companies to reap the benefits and less sophisticated users to cop it.
They'll turn around one day and someone else has snaked their Australian domain name when they thought they had secured that property. You know, small business owners really focus on running their small business. They're not following the latest tech trends to see who's trying to nudge them out of the market.
If the panel recommends allowing .au registrations, the ALDA board meeting in September will consider it.
It's debatable whether introducing .au domain names will actually generate innovation, but it will definitely help with brand Australia and where we're going as a national entity with our innovation. You know, we're not hanging off the back of America with our .com.au, we are just .au.
You could be buying yourbusiness.au by January, but someone else could too.